Hey, what's going on, everybody? I see everybody in the chat waiting. Just a minute late there. Had to get the microphone all set up. I'm in the other room. Welcome into the live show. Very special live show tonight. For those of you with headphones in, sorry about that. That was a little loud. Welcome, everybody. Let's say hi to each and every person who made the chat. And then I'm going to tell you guys who weren't here last week what we're doing this week and what the title of the chat is all about. So looks like, wow, we've already got 50 people in the chat. Just like a rock star to be late. I'm always a minute late. Trying to fix eBay. So yeah, so we already have one person here. For those of you that don't know, last week I announced that I'm going to let some of you guys join in on the live chat for a few minutes. I'm going to try to let as many people as I can over the next few weeks join in on these live chats. So, you know, we'll bring some people on, we'll throw some people out, and then we'll bring some more people on, and we'll do all that. So, long story short, I'm going to basically send you over a Google Hangout invite, which means you're going to need Google Hangouts downloaded. If you don't have it, you only need a Gmail. You'll go to Google Hangouts. You can just Google that. Google Hangouts. How many times can I say Google? And then download that, install it. It works on Mac, desktop, PC. It also works on mobile. It's not great on mobile, but it does work. It gets the job done. And then just make sure you have a mic and a camera source so we can see you. If you don't want to be seen, that's okay, but it's probably better that way. And then we'll let some people come on. Basically, it'll just send you an invite via a link into your email, and then you're all set. You just click it, and as soon as you click it, you're going to pop up on the screen. Just like you see me, you'll hit the accept button, and you're all set, ready to go. And then you'll be on here for a few minutes. So if you have questions you want to ask me right here on the air, something you want to talk about, be respectful, because if you do come on the chat and you get crazy, it takes one click and you're gone that fast. It is live TV, but I can censor you fast, so keep that in mind. Let's say hi to everyone. I see Jessica. I know Danielle and Mia is in the chat. Key Lime Kisses, how you doing? Glad to see Key Lime in the chat because she was having problems with the chat. So I know Chef Honey was here. Adam is in. I saw him. Malachi, how you doing? My mom is here. I just noticed. Hi, Mom. How you doing? Jamie Pace in the house. Jesse, how you doing, Jessica? I see you, Jesse G. Chef Honey, been a long time, buddy. Glad to see you back here. Christy Anderson, how are you? Thomas in the house. TD Paul, Aaron Young. Aaron, been here lately. Thank you for being back. Thank you to everyone. Heather and Erica. Catherine. Resale Dude, how you doing? Pensacola Picker all the way up on the Panhandle here in Florida. Rob, Thrifty Nickel, my favorites. Everybody here, so thank you. We're going to start. I promised Danielle and Mia, Anita, how are you over in Disney World area, that I would get them on first. I had a second person. Can anyone remind me who the second person was? Was it Melissa Francis? I think it was Melissa. And I have a funny story about Melissa, which has some big repercussions tonight because of the news today / last night. We'll get into that in a minute, but I think it was Melissa. So Melissa, if you're here, speak up. And Shantae, how are you doing? If you're not here, then hopefully she'll join. But I believe it was Melissa. So anyways, we're going to get Danielle and Mia. Danielle and Mia, can you just type your Gmail into the chat? Don't add the @gmail.com. Just type your name, and then I'll send you the invite. It's a private link. Do not share these links with anybody. They're only good for tonight. And anybody that you share it with tonight will be able to join in the chat, and I'll have to boot them. So please don't share any links that I send you. And remember, they're only good for this show. Once this show ends, they are no good anymore. If you can't see me, can't hear me, just refresh your screen. Typically, that will fix it. The Panhandle representing. If you can't see or hear. So I've got the Gmail for Danielle and Mia. We're going to bring it on. And basically, if you come on the chat, you can ask some questions. You can say hi, hang out. You can talk to people, whatever you want to do. And then we'll go there. We'll spend 10 minutes together, 15 minutes, and we'll hang out. Hey, Deborah, how you doing? Beauty lover, Deborah in the house. Welcome in. So I'm going to go ahead and send you over that Gmail invitation, Danielle and Mia. And then, again, once you click it, you come live. So we're going to start doing these viewers join us live show and asking questions, etc. I may invite my mom on here, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, let me send Danielle and Mia this Google Hangout link here. And then we'll get this show rolling. We'll get it on the board. Google Hangout link. I have to grab it. For those of you that don't know how to do Google Hangouts, I have a video on it. I actually put it over on a second YouTube channel that I have. It's pretty easy to set it up. Pretty easy to set up Google Hangouts. So I just lost the email. Danielle and Mia, can you put that back in the chat again? Sorry about that. It got copied over. Put faces to the names, Jessica Jones. That is absolutely right. Put that email back in the chat, please. There it is, dfmarie777. Yeah, guys, and don't spam people's emails, please. Would not be good. Okay, here comes your email. Hopefully this works. @gmail.com. Okay, it says that it's sent, so you should have that email. All right, guys, so we're back to it. Both boys are up. Pounding the like button. Appreciate you guys being here. We're going to get some good questions. So we're going to get some people. Mom not feeling good. You know what? I got to admit, I feel like I got ran over by a bus today. Honestly, I did not wake up feeling good. I'm a little better now. I've been chugging green tea. Green tea, guys, is like killer. Green tea will make you feel better all day. So that's what I've been drinking all day. It's been terrible. But welcome in everybody who just joined the chat. Mom, I'll bring you on the chat one night. If you're in front of your computer, Mom, and you got Gmail, download Google Hangouts. I'll come to your house and set it up. Sales are okay today. We just hit $200 today, so hopefully we'll close near 300. Trying to get to that 300 average for $9,000. Yeah, Jamie, hangovers, green tea for hangovers. Angela, welcome in. If Melissa Francis is not here tonight because I told her she could come on, we're gonna have to bring somebody else on the chat to replace her. So I haven't seen Melissa in the chat right now. Oh, that's right. Melissa canceled. She's not going to be able to make it tonight. That's right. So somebody else is going to come on. Somebody else is going to come on tonight. Jack and Coke and a warm. No. Joni Kramer, she's here. Alex Budnick. Alex had a tough week last week, I believe, with eBay. So we might bring him on. I think I talked to Alex about coming on next week because Melissa's here, so we'll see. Yeah, I just sent the email. You should have it. You should be in your inbox from probably my other email, I think. Let me try it again. I'll send it one more time. All right, check now. Check for the email now. Hey, Scott, how you doing? Nike boxes, what's going on? We're going to get some more people in because, Lisa, how are you? Melissa's not going to be here tonight. I just remembered that. So, yeah, Alex had a tough time with eBay. And I'll have to get him to discuss the story. But make sure you guys download Google Hangouts so you can join in on these shows. This is our first one, so bear with me. Thanks, Malachi. Appreciate that. Yeah, almost 100 likes. I can't wait to trying to sell Louis purses. You should reach out to Stephanie from Thrifted Fashion Finds. Oh, here we go. Make sure you have the video muted when you come on, and that way it doesn't echo back.
Okay, am I here?
Yep, you're here.
My face there? Oh.
I think it's a picture of just your thumbnail.
Aw, is my camera not working?
Go up to the settings. So you guys can pay attention. You'll learn this with us. Up top is a little setting gear. Click it, and then it has the very top drop down for select your camera.
On, off, hold on. At least you can hear me. That's good.
Yes, we can hear you. Everyone else hears her good and fine? Sounds good.
Yeah, when I was making I'm still playing around with this. When I was making videos on YouTube, I'm still playing with this while I'm talking. I made videos all the time on YouTube, but my some kind of what's it called, software in this laptop kept screwing up, and my it was just terrible reverb. And I've tried every other kind of camera, and you would think my regular just peephole would work here. So
mute. You gotta mute. Like if you're listening to this video on your computer, you need to mute it, or you need to put in headphones. That way we don't get the double audio.
wow, you're right. I can still like hear myself from like 10 seconds ago.
Right. So go to the chat where you had the chat open in the video and mute that video.
Okay.
I can hear myself.
Can you hear me now?
There you go. All right. Now we're not getting the double audio. Layden, thank you so much for the super chat.
I just muted the entire thing.
Yep. That's all you got to do. Just mute that chat. You're all good. Because you can hear me through this, so you don't need to hear me on there. Layden, thank you. Really, really appreciate that, bud. So you're good. The camera should just be under the setting. If you want, you can close this Hangout and then.
All right. Cool. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, the camera won't work unless you had it open when you started the Hangout. If you close this and sometimes reopen it using the link again, it'll fix itself occasionally.
It was open for a while, and then I shut it off and reloaded everything to get the email for the second time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, close. I'm going to tell you to do is close it and then reopen it and then try to go to the settings and choose the camera again.
Okay, well, I'll try and be right back.
Yeah, it'll just disconnect you and reconnect you.
Okay.
All right, we'll get her back. I know a lot of you haven't used Google Hangouts, so it just takes a little bit, but it's pretty easy once you get going. And from now on, the week before or the day before or hours before, I'll get whoever I plan to have on into Google Hangouts, and I'll make sure it sets up and works for you guys. That way we don't have this issue again. So she should be jumping back on here in just a second. The same link will work for her. There she is.
I don't think it worked.
No, just go up, click that gear, and under the settings, does it show the camera that you want to use? At the top of the Google Hangout screen?
It says camera problem. The Hangout can't use the selected camera without working camera, and plus the other Cyberlink, the one that's already installed, is just being a pain in the butt. So.
Okay, yeah, you'll have to work on it, but that's okay. We can still hear you, and we got a picture of your avatar, your profile picture.
Scary.
So, anyways, you get to be the first person on the show, so how do you feel about that?
I'm so excited.
I had so many people email me privately asking if there was ever a chance I would bring people onto the show, and I never thought about it before. And probably after about the 20th email, I was like, I better bring some people on because everyone is asking. But I'll work with you. We'll bring you back another time next week or whatever, and during this weekend or week, I'll work with you to fix the camera issue. So in the meantime,
it may be on the phone next time because the phone is a guaranteed. I know the camera works there.
Isn't that sad, everyone, that like we could rely on our phone for everything that we can't fix otherwise? And this is why when you guys ask if I'm buying an iPhone X, absolutely. I am a sheep. I'm grown to Apple. I'm going to spend $1,000. It's like $35 a month. You're absolutely right. I am. So, yep, Jessica, I do love this idea as well. So, well, hopefully when you guys come on here, you guys get some great questions, but don't put me in the hot seat. That's all I'm asking. If you have questions, it's awesome.
Oh, that's a great idea. I should put you on the hot seat.
Well, go. All right, if you got one, go ahead. I'll let it slide this time because I didn't warn it before.
Well, I was mad at you enough that, oh, never mind. That's in the past.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
Who's being mad at me?
That was like when you first came on YouTube. That's a.
Uh-oh, what did I do? First guess, and I'm already in the hot seat and in trouble.
Well, that you were like already taken, so I'm not gonna get mad at her for that. You're like, when are you gonna get married?
Oh, 28. What is next year? 2018. It's too busy in the holiday season to be doing anything, so we'll see. We work on business and do all that stuff all day, so like that talk doesn't even really come up. It's no rush.
It's a rush for us. We care about you.
Everyone else is more pushing me than I am pushing myself. It's true. I get this question quite often from friends and family. So,
what's the next time you're going to shave your head?
I just did.
Okay. Do another dare thing, like stay up all night.
Oh, yeah. 24-hour streams. Some people asked about that. It's tough, and I don't know if anyone knows this, but right after I did mine, maybe like a month or two later, I did that in February or end of January, and like in March, one of the people, I actually watched him on stream for Twitch, did a 24-hour game stream. Now he did these like once a week, which is incredible, because it took me a week to recover. He died from complications from lack of sleep.
Ooh.
At 36 years old. So like it kind of scared me right after I did it. And he did dozens and dozens of them, but it was a very rare scenario. But you can Google it up. Video game streamer dies after 24-hour stream. He went 23 hours and went out for like a drink or the bathroom, and he never came back on the stream to finish it. And his friend went over to check on him, and that's when they found him. So I don't know that I'm going to do another 24-hour, besides it being very, very difficult. If you guys haven't seen the 24-hour stream, go back and watch it.
Yeah, and try and stay up.
Yeah, and staying to that, you can just skip to the third video to hour 23. And I had Mike Nagel, which thank you, Mike, for staying up with me. He's in this chat usually. I was delirious. I don't even know what Mike was saying. Like I couldn't even, the amount of Red Bulls and the amount of everything I had was just ridiculous. So it was the Red Bull. Yeah, Rob Robinson just said it was definitely the Red Bull. Yeah, the Red Bull on top of the lack of sleep will kill your heart. Like it does so much damage. So a lot of people were part. Hollywood Awesome. Yep. If you guys don't know him on Instagram, that's Mike Nagel. Hollywood Awesome. You could just type that in, you'll find him. He has really great stuff. He's from Vegas and now he lives in Ohio, I think. So we might do like a 12-hour stream. We'll try something, but we'll do if I hit a certain amount of donations again, I'll completely shave it. I'll do something crazy too. I don't know.
Do it for the puppies.
Do it for the puppies. Yep, we did. We raised over $3,000 in one day for that charity. So you guys are awesome. That was pretty cool. We would have raised like $3,300, but PayPal took a percentage.
Oh, that's right. That's what sucks.
I know. I contacted them to find out if there was a way to do it through like charitable, even with the 501c certificate, and they said no because they're handling the transaction. You can do friends and family, but if you do that like over and over and over again, it just raises red flags and they'll freeze your account. So I didn't want to risk it.
Well, that's the first thing as far as PayPal. You know, when I first started at eBay, I just hated the, you know, I'm like, people kept asking us, it's like totally free or what? And I said, well, yeah, sure. You know, since I'm on SSI, I haven't had a seizure in how many years, but I'm still on SSI. My dad would say, oh, you've never worked a day in your life and this and that and this and that. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll show you. I'll start my own business. And then
that's
I'm like,
usually how us entrepreneurs get started. If somebody says something like that.
yeah, I'll show you. And then I don't know. I just I thought I'd give this a shot. But I jumped in not knowing exactly what to expect.
And when did you officially get started? Like just all in?
Oh my gosh. Everything started like I started printing labels on a regular basis. I don't know, quite a few months ago. I'm definitely no Casey, that's for sure, if that's what you mean. Nowhere near that. But at least I can say on Facebook, that's what I do for a living.
And you know what? Everyone has to start somewhere. You've only been a few months. So, I mean, I've been doing this a long time. So,
yeah, it's like I've been in it for not almost a year, something months, you know, but less than a year. But I'm like, how can you people after just like 3 or 4 months say, oh, yes, I made thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm like, are you serious? Thousands and thousands? And I've been doing this for more than you? You know?
Yeah, so, I mean, some people really... they jump on and they take that 8 hours that they spent working and they spend 8, 10, 12 hours just pumping out listings and pumping out sales. And you can jump. I've seen people in 90 days get to $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in a month. Yeah, they're profiting probably, I don't know, $2,000 out of 4,000 or 5,000. 50% is a pretty good average number. But if you think about somebody working a full-time job, I don't know, making $500 or $600 a week, that's only $2,000, $2,400. So in 90 days, you can replace a $500 or $600 job. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think I had you take a look at my store a couple days ago asking, like, what the heck am I doing wrong? And I still remember your video saying, list, 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 continue to list. And the hard thing with me at the end of the month, you know, I start out with like $700 at the beginning of the month, then pay all my bills and the rent and, you know, stuff like that. But you have to, of course, buy things to put in your store.
Yep.
And I don't have a Salvation Army or anything like that. The closest thing I have is a Goodwill. So I get everything I get from Goodwill. And
is it retail? It's not the outlet, right? It's retail.
Yeah, and plus the Goodwill stores, the prices are going up like crazy.
Well, like here, it's really bad. What city are you in? Well, that's what I should have done when you came on. Whereabouts are you?
In Cairo, Michigan.
You're just around the road. I have a friend that lives in Auburn Hills.
Oh yeah.
She's from Michigan. Thomas just asked. So Tom, a couple people did. So from Michigan, no Goodwill outlet, no Salvation Army. You just have Goodwill retail. So is that the only place you're getting inventory from right now, or?
That's all I can get. There's a bunch of little old ladies around here who play bingo at night, and sometimes I actually go there to see what prizes I can win and put in my store.
Oh wow! What about yard sales? Is Michigan getting too cold already, or?
Well, yesterday was 90 something. Today is 60 something. So it's starting to cool off. I did. Thank goodness there was. I think I put a picture of it on the eBay Facebook site. No, I didn't. I bought a crap load of ties. Okay.
Oh,
and but they were cool looking ties, not boring ties.
Yeah.
And yeah, I my gosh, I haven't even listed them yet. That's my part. I hate it when you get lazy for a couple days.
Yeah, that's funny that you brought ties up. I went through. We have two huge. I don't know if anyone saw. I have over 2,000 ties unlisted right now. Every day I go to the outlet, I pick up like 30, 40, 50 ties. They're like $5 because they're 10 cents a piece. And I was just looking like maybe I shouldn't source anything for a couple weeks and just sit down and list 2,000 ties. Go to the estate sales for sourcing in Michigan, Layden says.
And also I, with epilepsy, I don't have a car. I have the bus, and
Gotcha. Yeah, driving's probably not the safest thing. The Joy Squad said you live an hour from Flint, and there's an outlet in Flint, Michigan.
Oh yeah, I do my best. If my friend's picking me up, saying going to see a movie in Bay City, or hey, let's stop by here, stop by there. Say, there's a garage sale. There's a garage sale. I've never been, even at 29, I've never been excited about garage sales. But now I can say I'm one of those garage sale people because I'm going to sell whatever I buy.
Yeah, you could probably do really well. We have a lot of Michigan people in this chat and in the group. And I know a couple of them are doing pretty well. I'm going to have to put you in touch directly with some of those Michigan people. I remember looking at your store. I have the email. Just so everyone knows, I don't delete any of my emails. I leave them all, and then I archive them. Once I respond, I archive your emails by eBay sellers or like my other stuff. And so I can always go back and pull up your store, but without me having it in front of me right now. How many items did you get to? How many are active? And what do you think you have the most of for sale? People are asking what you're selling.
And with me, when I first started, I thought, well, I would love to get into, but everybody loves video games. I'm like, why shouldn't I do video games? The Goodwill up here always have video games, and techno stuff that people always want to buy. But once again, with my income, me being not a poor person, a po person, but for God getting by. Thank God I'm getting by. I'm very, very blessed. But the thing is, with my income, I call myself variety lister because I have such a variety on my website. So I have a little of this, little of that. If I get like little Chinese, I'm getting by. I'm very, very blessed. Like pieces of China or whatever, I try and find the best kind that there is, that people really want. What's the most popular? What's it selling for? Just from your videos.
Whatever is profitable. A lot of people, when you're limited, if you don't have an outlet or a Salvation Army, you got to take what's available. Absolutely.
That's the best I can do right now until I get more money, and being optimistic, having more money,
Yeah, that's the other thing. Whenever anybody asks me about going full-time or quitting, like make sure you not only have the money to get by, to pay the bills, you have to have money to reinvest. If you don't have any money to buy inventory, how are you going to sell anything next month? So
the spend money to make money thing.
Right. Yeah. And you can do this business. The reason I like it so much, and yeah, I've scaled up and we do other things, but everybody that has a few $100, which is not a lot of money, $200, $100, can go out and buy stuff. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars. You can go out and spend $50 or $100, $200 and buy a fair amount of inventory to get going, to start selling. So
yeah, because after my bills, let me see, at the beginning of the month, I have about half of my income left. Let me see. I had no choice but to save up $80 at the end of the month, which was hard enough. Otherwise, I'd be down to almost $0 right now. So, you know, it depends on how much passion you have in your store, how much you want to make it work.
Yep, you got to push. And I used to. This is people are gonna. I think Drive Time with Dave told this story on the channel once, but I used to, and I'll take it to my first apartment. I think my bills for everything were like $1,800 a month for like the apartment and electric and water and my car payment and insurance, everything. I would make like $2,000, so I only had $200 to buy inventory with, and I would go out and I would spend all $2,000 of my bill money, knowing that I had like 2 weeks left to pay all the bills. And I would make sure I earned the $2,000 back and sell at inventory. And sometimes I would get to where like I needed a couple more days, but I knew every bill I had in every grace period, like a 5-day grace period without getting a late fee. And I would pay those bills 5 days or 4 days late because there would be no penalty, no credit hit, no nothing. And I knew it gave me 4 extra days to recover that money. That's what I used to do. I used to push it as much as I could to make the most use of that money. And
yeah, I started my first few months out like that. You know, I just spend all my money. Let's go buy everything I can to put in my store. And then it wasn't selling because I didn't know how eBay worked exactly. Then I'm like, Casey, we make this video with it. Make that video for me. Please make this video for me.
That's funny. I try to think when I make videos of like everyone that's just like, I pretend like it's kind of day one for them or like week 1 or month 1 and try to figure out like a step-by-step, like if they just getting going thinking, oh, they might only have $50 or $100. Some people are in the chat saying they live north of Bay City and also that you can always sell some of your stuff that you don't want or don't need to source up a couple $100.
Oh my gosh, I got in such big trouble. I almost got kicked out of my house once. Well, my apartment, because they do yearly inspections in here. And my landlord came in, and one day I was not all cleaned up, and my bedroom is, you know how you have to be organized, how you guys have your tubs and stuff?
Yep.
When I first started, I did not have tubs. I just had boxes, and I was just so disorganized. And he said, you cannot have your bed in front of the window in case there's a fire. You can't have all these boxes next to this and this.
Wow.
He said, this is a huge fire hazard. He said, you have to get organized or you're going to fail inspection. We'll come back tomorrow. You have one more chance.
So you had to clean everything up. Wow, that's crazy.
It was a pigsty. It looked like I was a hoarder.
Yep, some of us can relate to that. I still can sometimes. I desperately want to. I used to have the office, and I miss having it. I could have it back any day I wanted, but it was just a pain to drive back and forth to the office and get stuff, and I was spending money on it. So, somebody's saying, Harley's saying, if you haven't tried sourcing shoes for newer sellers, shoes is really good return on investment if you have limited money.
Oh, I've had a pair of shoes, a brand new, never used pair of shoes, beautiful boots, and they have been on there ever since I started.
I'm going to have to, when you get off this chat in a little bit, send me another email with the link so I don't have to go through my archives. It's faster. With the link to the store, I'm going to look at it and we'll go over it. Some people said they're afraid to sell shoes. Angela, she's shopping at Goodwill. So she's, clothing, obviously, some other stuff. Variety lister, that's what she called herself. Variety lister. Mia says they give less than 24-hour notice for inspections. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I couldn't do that. That's why I got to own a home. No way. I'm trying to scroll up to the chat, guys, in case I missed anything.
Oh, by the way, the Mia thing, they're like, is it Danielle or Mia? Mia is my cat.
Oh, okay. I figured it was Danielle. Yeah, I didn't know if Mia was like your sister. It's her cat. There you go. Somebody asked that too. If you can get to Bay City on the weekend, Chucky's Flea Market is a good sourcing opportunity.
Chucky's Flea Market.
Yeah, Bay City. Joy Squad says on the weekend.
Oh yeah, that's right. And because Bay City, they have the great. That's one place where I'd want to live. I mean, I know there's a lot of deaths and shootings and stuff, but I'm just it'd be fine.
Yeah, just, that's my. I like that.
Here in Caro, it's just Walmart is the mall. That's the closest you can get with us tiny little people here.
That's crazy. A lot of you guys that view me and watch me are in the same position, just small towns, not a lot of sourcing opportunity. My friend that lives in Auburn Hills, she doesn't do what we do, but she watches. Kristen, if you are watching, and she lives just outside of Auburn Hills. It's like Richton, something with an R, and she says she wants to start doing it because there's so much in Auburn Hills and Detroit. So maybe big city. I couldn't imagine not living in a big city, like living in a small city like you. No way.
Yeah, whenever I tell my dad, I'm so bored, I just want to move away, he gets out his Harley and takes me for a ride to Caseville, and oh, don't you love it here?
I'm
No.
familiar with quite a few towns because of our friends that we have up there. Some people say you could try selling on Macari or Poshmark if you haven't tried those. Poshmark is one. Rochester. Yeah, Aaron, it might be Rochester that she lives in. Poshmark is really good if you have anything that's good for like designer stuff. Like Michael Kors sells good on there. Tommy Bahama sells good on there. You can look at Poshmark and look at the good stuff.
I've got one of his shirts. I never cared, even as a girl, I never cared about brands or anything like that until I got into eBay.
That's true. I mean, I didn't really shop a lot for myself even. And when I got into eBay, I'm like, man, look at all this stuff. And then I go and look and see what people pay for at retail. And I'm like, no way. No way. Craigslist for clothes. That's true too. You can source Craigslist. I've been putting ads up in Craigslist and on Facebook groups, like the local yard sale groups. You can get really good clothes off of there. I bought some guys like lot of like 50 pieces of Nike for $50 the other day. And we've been selling them consistently. So another place to look if you need somewhere to source. Yeah, Tommy Bahama in Florida. She probably doesn't have too much of it in Michigan.
Well, and I only have a couple of those shirts, and I got those from Goodwill. There are definitely not too many nice clothes
No,
there.
there's a ton of them down here, of course, because of where we live. Erin says she couldn't live in a small town like you. She needs a Nordstrom within 10 minutes of her. Oh, Erin, does not surprise me at all.
As long as there's a bowling alley near that too.
A bowling. I have not been bowling in many, many years. Well, make sure that you send me the link for the store after we get off. I have Melissa texting me, who is the other person. It was Melissa who messaged with you to jump on. And I think she might be able to get on for like 5 minutes. So I don't want to ruin her time. Small towns are painful. I'm going to have her send her the link to let her get on since she only has like 5 minutes. Hey, Wendy, how you doing? But I want you to send me that link to your store because I'm going to help you out afterwards. So that's kind of the point of these chats. I want people to come on and ask questions, and then I'm going to try to help you with the stores the best I can.
A couple days ago, when I asked you, hey, I haven't sold anything in a week, that's when I sent you my link, I think.
If it's just been in the last week, then I have it all archived. I archive every email. Let me just search. The problem is once it gets to be more than about 2 weeks old. Nope, I've got yours right there. There it is. Just so you guys can see, I'm not kidding. I literally, I don't want to give out our information, but I link and archive every email. There it is. If you look at the chat, the thread. So if it gets to be more than 2 or 3 weeks down, then it takes me forever to scroll down and find it. But this was just from a few days ago. So this was from Thursday last week. So it's been exactly a week. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yep, there it is. So you guys see, I literally archive. So if you email me, it is archived, or I haven't responded to it yet, which I try to respond to them. So I'm going to pull your store after the show goes off, and I'll email you again. So Andre3, thank you so much for subscribing. Really appreciate it. Sorry
about this weird face flashing when you're talking. I think mine is like really late because, I didn't mute at the beginning, so I like screwed up the chat.
No, it's okay. It's always a small delay from what we actually say till it appears on the screen. Google Hangouts has a automatic like 2-second delay. It doesn't delay our voice and mouth like my third party. It just, what I'm saying to you right now, these people are hearing in the chat about 2.5 seconds later. So
the more I see my face, the more mean I look.
In your profile picture, we'll have to get you a new one, and I'm gonna help her. Get the actual camera working for next week. So we'll jump you back on. Okay, I'm going to send Melissa this. Danielle, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate our first live guest, even though she didn't have her camera, but I'm going to bring her back and fix it. So
okay. Well, I'll see you guys.
Yeah, I'm going to email you after the show's off, so check for that as well. And next week, play around with the camera, and if you can't get it to work, I will come on live with you privately before next week, and we'll fix it where just you and I can see it, and we'll make it work.
Okay, I'll be gone by the 6th and later on because I got surgery going on. So I'll try.
What date is that? Hold on. Next Thursday is the 5th. Will you be available the 5th?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So if you can join us the 5th, we'll have her back on with her real face, with your bright beaming smile. I know you'll have. So
yes, I have a smile. I really do.
Tell Danielle thank you in the chat, and we'll try to help her out with some sales. I'll get her store link if she wants to share it, and I'll send it out to everyone.
Cool.
Thank you, Danielle.
See ya.
Bye. There she goes. Tom Burcham says there's a tornado warning in Green Bay if any of you are in Green Bay. We'll get her her store out to everyone. So I thought Melissa was texting me, but it looks like this was from a little bit ago. Who else can we have join? Who else can we bring on here? I want to bring some more guests on here. Who has Google Hangouts ready right now? Does anybody else have a Google Hangout set up? Because I want to get some questions. If you have good questions, who is ready and wants to actually come on? You're ready. You've got your camera, your mic, and your thing. Alex is ready. I think I might bring on Alex, Megan, Mawini. Let's do 2 more. Let's do Alex. Alex, just type in your Gmail address, but don't type @Gmail. Yeah, let's bring Alex on. I have met Alex in person, so I do know him. Jessica, well, we might bring you on as well. Megan is begging. So we're going to do Alex. No, Alex? Okay, let's do Megan then. Megan. All right, well, let's do Alex, and then we'll bring on Megan, and then Jessica, we might do that. Alex, I'm going to send you an email with the link right now, buddy. We're going to bring Alex, those of you that don't know Alex. Let's bring him on. Link. Give me just a second, Alex. I'll get this over to you. All right, it should be sent, and we're going to have Alex come on here now. Have a double guest. Can I come in with Alex? Malachi? Well, I'm going to bring Megan on in just a minute. Okay, we can do a group chat. Yeah, we could do that. Malachi, go ahead. If you guys want to come on, we'll do 2 or 3. Is Alex here?
I think I'm here.
There's Alex. Except Alex doesn't have a real camera either.
I do. Wait, let's see.
Settings, top gear. If it doesn't show up sometimes.
It doesn't like my camera, but I do have one.
The settings thing isn't showing up as a camera. What's up with you guys and these cameras today?
I can do XSplit that I used for live streaming on my own channel.
Oh, yeah. I use OBS, but that's weird. Up at the top under the settings gear, when you come to the first drop down, it doesn't show it?
It shows it, but it says, like, there's a problem with your camera. We can't use the integrated camera.
Is it a plugged-in mic or is it built-in?
Both the mic and the camera are built into the laptop.
Huh. Usually the built-ins don't have a problem. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, next week we'll figure it out or whatever.
Yeah, we'll have to go private. We'll have to set it up. So Malachi is, I found it. I'm gonna invite him to, hold on. Because he said he wanted to come on with you, so I was like, okay.
Oh, perfect. Awesome.
I've already got his email saved him, I think, so I actually done this. Okay, there you go. I sent the invite there too. People want the group chat, so there it is. Alex must be a gamer. XSplit for the win.
Oh, I'm literally not. I just Googled like best broadcasting software, and
I did.
Like,
and you know what? I used to use XSplit a lot actually, and OBS just has a little bit more flexibility. I like it.
Doesn't OBS cost money?
Nope, free. Download OBS Studio, and if you're using PC or Mac, doesn't matter. And it's super easy. You can learn it in like 10 minutes because I hate learning new stuff, and it didn't take any time at all.
Okay, perfect.
They have almost the same kind of setups. So looks like a musician. That's funny that you should say that because Alex has a little bit of experience, Danielle, with musical instruments. Those of you that don't know, Alex was in Orlando when I went there back in July, and Angela, yep, you met Alex. You were there too. He sells musical instruments. I don't want to give away too much, but he can tell you a little bit about it. As soon as we get our other guest on, I sent that email over. So we'll see if he gets it. And then I'm going to get Megan's email just after you guys. OBS is easier to learn, someone said. Yeah, that's true. I think it's super easy to learn. Does he have Malachi Irvin? I found it 29@gmail.com.
Huh.
Great image, and the hair says it all.
That's me. As everyone always knows my hair. That's the only thing they remember. But yeah.
Looking. So how's it been? Well, we're going to talk about Alex while we're waiting for Malachi. So tell everyone what happened this week, or was it last week, or was it the end?
Oh, it was the beginning of this week. It was like a really rough start to the week, but yeah, I ended up getting restricted from selling on eBay for the moment, unfortunately, which is really upsetting. Luckily, I haven't been really selling on eBay a lot lately. I've been selling only on Reverb for music gear, but
Gotcha.
it's still a great tool to have.
Yeah, so I actually, oh, there we go. Malachi just joined. Make sure you have your chat muted so we don't get the reverb. I sent you a link to the Hustle Bee.
Yeah, I need to hit him up. I haven't texted him yet, but I will definitely DM him.
So for those of you that don't know, somebody else in the community, I'm not familiar with him. I just know that he got restricted, banned from eBay. And by the next day, within 24 hours, they had fully reinstated his account. And I got to be honest, and I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way, but I did not think it was possible after an indefinite suspension to get put back on. I've never seen anyone do it. And I didn't want to be the bearer of bad news to him, but I also didn't want to float his hopes. And I told him it was highly unlikely he was going to get back on, and he did. Now, I don't know if it had something to do with one of the people that he knows reaching out to eBay or contacts. I don't even know if my contacts at eBay would be able to do it, but it's possible. So if the Hustle Bee can't give you a straight answer and we can't work something out, I may try to go my route. I'll at least shoot an email on your behalf. We'll see.
I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't know what his story was. So, you know, I'm not familiar with him too much. Yeah, Malachi came on and we heard a burp. We did.
I would love to just get on the phone with an actual eBay rep and like have a conversation with them so we can kind of figure out where the misunderstanding was. Because like if they want me to change stuff, I'm totally down for it, but they would not give me an answer on the phone of why they actually pulled my account.
What did they say in the email? Like, what did it say? Like, I don't know, below metrics, or did it say, you know, link to another account? Or
I'm gonna pull it up. I know it didn't say below metrics. It was just like let's see. I don't want to say anything that's not correct. So I'm gonna pull it up right now. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, I can try. I'm going to try with a rep for sure. Don't get scared, guys, but it could, you know, it happens, and it just depends on the reason. Malachi, are you there?
I can read it if that would be helpful. But
yeah, if you've got it open, go ahead and shoot it to me.
Yeah, it says eBay is built on trust, and we want our marketplace to be safe for both buyers and sellers. We reviewed your account, and because of concerns with your selling activity, based on our review, we've taken the following actions, and it just says that they've removed my listings. They have, and then it definitely removed my ability to sell.
Huh.
And so I called, and I feel bad because I totally like lost it on this dude because he was being like a brick wall, and I was like, hey man, I just want to figure out kind of what's going on. This doesn't seem right. And he would not give me an answer, and he kept being like, oh, it's not our problem, it's not our fault. And I was just like, okay, then connect me to somebody who it is. Let's talk about it. And
yeah, in that situation, it's tough. It's tough to get around that. So I may have to reach out. Shoot me a screenshot or take a picture of that and shoot me that message so I can read it. I might be able to tell from that message what happened. Yeah, so Alex's old, or not Alex, Hustlebee's old account was banned because he had an older account that he let go below standard. And so when that one got banned, they tied it. Obviously, they linked it to his new account. And so both of them were subsequently banned. And then he had to work to get the new one reinstated.
I think that's what happened with mine, to be honest. I think the shipping, I had like a 10% late shipment rate on my account I made like the day I turned 18.
Right. That's exactly what Hustle did. Yeah.
And so once I was like, this is a real thing, I need to make a business account, I went and I got an EIN, I got incorporated, and then I reopened with like a business name and a business eBay and all that good stuff. And we were doing really well for maybe a month, and then they just pulled it. So, yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, Malachi, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
He's here. Yeah, everyone, when you jumped on, heard your burp.
This is great. I don't know what was going on, but I got it fixed. There we go.
All right, you're all set now. What's up, man?
Oh, man, this is great, man. This is definitely an honor, truly honor to be on here with the Rockstarflipper, man.
Hey.
Oh, no, I'm glad to have you guys on here. So many people asked, so it's awesome that that people got to jump on here, and it's so easy too through Google. So thank God for Hangouts.
Very easy.
People are asking what you were selling, Alex, and I think on his newer account, was it like 90% music instruments?
No, actually, I was gonna say just to clear it up, I don't sell musical instruments on eBay for the most part. I sell them on a site called Reverb.
Oh,
Reverb
that's right.
yeah, it's awesome for musicians. The thing I always tell everyone, it's a site for musicians, ran pretty much by musicians. So if you're not knowledgeable on guitars or whatever you're selling, you're not going to do well, because a lot of people want to actually, like I said, they want to have a conversation with you. They want to get on the phone and talk about, if it's a $400 guitar, a $1,000 guitar, they want to talk to somebody who knows what they're talking about. And so don't take this the wrong way, but the reason Reverb was made is because people were tired of people just buying guitars that didn't know what they were doing to make a quick buck. They wanted to buy guitars from people who know what they're doing. And Reverb is supposed to be musicians, whereas people kind of classify that eBay's a lot of resellers that aren't knowledgeable on instruments.
Right.
And so I am a musician, so it works really well for me. And the team over at Reverb is really great. They've been really helpful for me as a seller, so I highly recommend them.
Right. So again, that's a niche. A lot of you guys have niches, like not necessarily instruments, but like niches. Like I know one of my guys is a huge watch reseller, and there's a website all for watches. In fact, Chris, the guy that I have on here sometimes, he buys pretty much all of his collectible watches off of this website, and I can't recall the name of it right now. But
those are the best sites.
That's a straight reseller. He knows everything about watches. He's doing $10,000-15,000 a month on this site. So
is it like a wholesaling site?
It was originally made as a collector site for watches, and the collectors would trade the watches, a lot of trading, and then it just got to be where you could come on and list them for sale. And there's a huge collectors community. I think they have 10,000 members or 15, and so you can go on there if you buy like a really nice Rolex or a Breitling or even Movados, just pop them up for sale, and somebody will hit you up and want it. Like anytime he gets a watch and lists it that he wants to sell, it's gone. Like a day, 2 days. And
I love that. That's awesome.
Malachi has a face. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's got not good lighting now. We got to get him.
Yeah, not good lighting.
We're gonna put him in the giveaway, you guys. Whenever I hit 50,000 to win some lights, I'm giving away like 2 or 3 sets of these because they were the most popular requested giveaway. So
I know I'm actually supposed
I need to purchase
start
some
my.
of those. That's what's help.
yeah, they said I need to hook you guys up with good light kits. Yeah, so the light kit dropped when I bought mine. They were $69 or $74 or something. They're now $59 through the link that's down in my description. So if you need them and you don't want a chance, a giveaway, or wait, you could certainly buy them. It does help me. I get like $5 every time one sells, which is cool with me. But they dropped them in price to $59, which is such a good price. You get 2 of those lights. They're 24-inch by 24-inch 700-watt LEDs, and they don't get hot at all.
Do they put out a lot of glare if you're shooting an item that's glossy?
No. So what's great about these, and I'll show you for those of you that don't know, hopefully you can still hear me, and this won't burn your eyes while I'm filming, but you can very quickly, you could take this off, this cover, this protective cover. I know it's really bright. And you can do like the people that have the umbrella, and you can turn these away so they're not facing the item with the covers off, and they'll just provide that kind of light box soft glow. Or you can turn it, you can turn them and face the item, or you can turn it away and take the covers off. So you can do both ones. They're such good lights. Like I know I really promoted them and pushed them, and I made some good money off of everyone buying them. But the reason I really push these lights is they do so good. We photograph clothing, but we also photograph electronics. Like you guys know, I sell iPods and video game systems with the screens. And so they don't reflect off of those, and they don't provide like a really bad glare.
That'd be awesome, because a lot of the guitars I sell, like the Fenders, have these super glossy paint jobs on it. And it's like I take a picture and it looks like I'm just taking a mirror picture of myself with it, because it's that bad. But so I'll definitely invest in those. That's good.
Yeah, they're worth it for sure. It's one LED bulb per 24-inch box. You get a set of 2, and they're $59 right now, I believe, and with Amazon Prime, obviously 2-day. And then the stands are fully adjustable all the way up to like 6 foot and all the way down to the ground. So when we do flat lays, because we have items that don't go on the mannequins, we can drop it all the way down to the flat lay and then point them in. If you look at my pictures on eBay, you can see it. But they are probably the best item I've ever bought off of Amazon or eBay for that matter. Like the amount, like even like here, and I show people when I'm filming videos, like the difference in like me sitting here talking to you guys like this, which you guys will be able to see in just a second, with the light off, Yeah, and then when you just turn, when you turn one on, you get this. And then imagine, and I'll even bring it over. I've got the second one right here. Let me see if I can stretch it over here without screwing it up. So when you take the second one and you can plug this thing in, as soon as I find the plug for it, you can take your second light. Give me just a second, guys. I'm going to show you what this does for your eBay photos versus having, not having these.
I think his mic died.
No, I'm still here. I think he just walked away from the mic.
Oh, okay. I'll say he disappeared. Okay, while he's gone, somebody asked me, they want to sell a Line 6 amp. Don't. They're not really worth anything. unless you bought it for yourself and you just don't want it anymore.
Okay.
But with that kind of stuff where it's worth less than 50, just sell it locally. It's not worth shipping that. Throw it up on the local music exchange Facebook group. I do a lot of sales just
I think like this is just something you probably want to sell locally.
Yeah, I mean, I sell a lot of guitars locally. I'd say 90% of it is reverb, but I mean, that's the thing. You see Casey and like people like that, they have thousands of items in their store, and that's awesome. But a lot of those items, even they're like $15, $20, it's just a lot of work to get all that packed up. With reverb, my average sale price right now is $210, and so like I only have to do a handful of sales a week to really make a sufficient income. So that's kind of the advantage I see to doing music gear, but it's also a lot more risk. So you just really have to be knowledgeable on it and communicate with your customers really well and make them feel like you're friends with them and not just some random person behind a username, if that makes sense.
Is eBay your only selling platform?
No, what I was gonna say is I barely sell on eBay. I sell video games on eBay. Like when I find a PS2 Slim for $15, yeah, I pick that up and I'll sell that for $50 on eBay, but I sell my stuff on a site called reverb.com. eBay makes 10 to 20% of my income, and ironically, usually causes me at least 90% of the stress, and then like 50% of the time. Yeah. So I was really getting out of eBay altogether, but it's like, it just sucks that for the moment, I don't have anything up. So it's not even an extra couple $100 a week.
I feel when you had first told Casey about your suspension and Casey had brought it up, I'm not too sure if he was referring you to me or someone else, but I also had my eBay account was suspended and I told Casey about it, and he's like, man, and like he said, he didn't want to down me because of the fact that he normally knows.
We back?
Yes, sir.
My power in my house just flashed and it caused the router to turn off, which lost the internet connection.
So we had to start running the show for a minute.
Oh, we had some guest stars, so thank you for running that for a minute. Hold on, I got to refresh the chat because I literally lost all of my internet windows. That's the reality of live TV. So literally, we had like just a power surge, and it just surged for literally a half a second, and the router. I saw the lights on the router go red. I'm like, uh-oh, and so that was the loss of internet. I'm going to probably start running this. It's slower, but I want to get a high-speed one, like a 4G external router. It's not the same as the one I use for my house. So, like, that's probably going to be my next little upgrade.
I run into those thrifting like all the time too. So.
Yeah, I need to grab. I've actually bought some and resold them and not kept them. I should have kept them.
I can't use a router in my dorm, so that's why my internet's kind of sketchy right now.
And I used to sell it.
So. Anyways, what I was showing everyone before I was so rudely interrupted there was that is both lights shining on me, and they don't get hot at all. Like, they're just not hot at all. So if you guys don't have light kits, make sure that's what you get for the $59 though. You get both, and they're fully adjustable up to 6 foot all the way down to the bottom. If we do flat lays, all that good stuff. So
I'm gonna grab those when we get off the stream. I'm gonna make that investment. That sounds like something I could really
and I'm going to try to get it'll be good for even your reverb site, but I'm going to try to.
Oh, it'd be awesome. Yeah.
see what I can do with eBay. Try my best. I mean, maybe my contacts are good for it. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want it to just be like, oh, well, I know somebody. I want them to know that I'm a legitimate seller and I'm not really trying to be shady or anything. So if they want to actually talk to me too, like as well, that would be.
Yeah,
perfect.
for sure. I
just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah, I'm gonna let them know. I got to figure out. I got to see that message from you and figure out what happened. And hopefully, if I can talk to them, they can look into it and tell me, more about what happened as well. Good night, Aaron. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you.
Somebody asked if I'm going to do more videos. Yes, I actually filmed like 3, but because of the whole eBay thing, I haven't uploaded them. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I have a couple things I'm going to upload soon.
Yeah, if anybody is doing videos on YouTube as part-time or even wants to just expand a little bit on other things, like whether it's music or your crafts or your eBay, fourth quarter is the time to do it because just like everything else, the views in fourth quarter, people watch a lot of YouTube in Q4, so you can get a lot more audience. And, and for filming YouTube videos, you see how good these lights are as well. So, Malachi, what was that you were about to go?
Oh, actually, 2 things. One, someone actually in the chat was asking me to continue about the account and because my account was suspended. I'm not sure if you remember or not, but I contacted you about my account being suspended. And all you really have to do is consistently call back to eBay. And like, if you show them that you're back and you consistently call them, they can actually check and see how many times you called. And after a while, I actually got it back, but then I had some more issues with it that I'm working with. And actually, Casey, what I was going to ask you was, do you still sell on Amazon or are you predominantly still eBay?
I do very little on Amazon now. We dropped from on our peak, like last December, we did like 9,000 in December, and most of the months we were doing 5 or 6. This year, when we started, probably in the 2,500 to 35. This month, I'll probably do about 1,000 to 1,500. Amazon got rid of a lot of stuff that I was selling. There was nothing I could do about it. Restricted me. I'll give you 3 examples of huge things that I lost. I was selling a ton of Pokemon games, video games. They're gone. To sell Pokemon games is just pulling teeth. Video game systems, like some of the retro vintage stuff, like Game Boy Advance SPs, and a lot of the popular colors were blocked, which caused me.
That's why I stopped selling on Amazon, was because their consoles actually. I did a ton of consoles on there. That was pretty much the only thing I sold, and they started pulling all of them, and I would have issues with returns on consoles anyway, so it was kind of a losing venture. But
yeah, so that's why I cut back on Amazon a lot, and I had a lot of other stuff that I've been working on, so that was like Amazon was the first thing to go. I think Amazon's great. I think if you're a private labeler, it can be really good if you have the time and money to build stuff. I'm not a private labeler. I've done a few items and just didn't do great on them. But then you take my friend Chris down the road, and even Drive Time with Dave does some private labeling. Those guys are doing 30, 40,000, 50,000 a month. So
Dave's killing.
What about Shopify? You never thought about it?
Yeah, Shopify, I have a store, but I haven't used it, so I haven't put a lot of time into it to see how well it works. Something I thought about for sure.
Missing out on some money, man. You got to go check it out. Shopify is really good, man.
I want to make a Shopify that's like for resellers, where it just has great deals on all the packaging stuff you need, like the number 0 bubble mailers and like tape and like.
That'd be sweet.
Because I was thinking if I promoted that with the YouTube channel I have, it's like that would help people out, and I could probably make a little bit by just private labeling all that stuff, because you can get it pretty cheap if you buy it in like the 20,000 quantities in China.
Yeah, the bigger, it takes a lot of money to buy the quantity. The problem with the shipping material private label, which we know somebody here that does it, the margins are really, really, really small, like because there's so much competition. So like, let's say that you're selling a case, like I'll give you guys an example. I ship a lot of video games and iPods and stuff in this size bubble envelope, and these are probably 16 cents a piece for the box, and their cost when they're buying them is like 13 or 14 cents. So they're making 3 or 4 cents on $100 order, might only be a $3 to $4 profit, literally on a box.
I found this on Alibaba.
No, this is not Uline. I bought these off eBay from the Boxery. The Boxery is a pretty big supplier of shipping supplies. These are just plain, everyday bubble envelopes.
Okay.
And I paid. Yeah,
I
so
someone
those are for my first class. So Danielle, thank you for the for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Andres as well with a super chat. Thank you both. And somebody said that the guys did really good. The guy said they said the guys did really good while I was experiencing a power outage. So thank you both for. I'll leave you guys the passwords to the YouTube channel if I ever have to get going.
Oh, perfect. We'll get restricted on that too.
It's amazing.
But thank you. No, thanks guys. Really, I mean that. I thought when I came back that it was just going to be gone. Like I didn't know it was still going to be here. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, okay. The show goes on.
The show goes on. So that's actually good to know. I can actually do a little clip on that about even if the person that created it gets disconnected, it still keeps it going, which is awesome. I love that. So I imagine if it would have just been me, it would have just cut us. But because other people were connected to the chat, that it allowed it to stay.
You could do that for a 24-hour stream.
Wait, Alex, the 24-hour stream cuts at 8 hours. So
I was thinking do a relay.
Yeah, when I was doing the 24-hour, the first 8 hours ended. We were on mobile and we walked out of the restaurant, and the video cut, and it auto uploaded it. If you're doing like a recorded video and it's not live, you can upload as long as you want. Because there's some people that have videos on YouTube like 24 hours of raindrops. I kid you not. Look that up. And it's 24 hours of video of raindrop sounds. And but if you're live, it's 8 hour cutoff. So that's why I had to clip that 24-hour stream into three clips. So
I forgot about that. Yeah, I watched a good chunk of it.
You did, yeah. You were there for a lot of it.
I was there I would check in every couple hours. I'd watch for like an hour, but
he was just making sure I didn't pass out.
Yeah, making sure you're still alive.
No savers in Tampa. No, we do not have savers in Florida. For those of you that ask, I think do they start in Georgia? Malachi, where are you at? I didn't even ask. Malachi, where are you at?
I'm in Maryland, your old state.
He's in Maryland. What part are you in?
Over here by Clinton, maybe like 5 minutes from DC line.
Yep, I know where you're at. We used to work down there all the time. Yep. So I know they have savers in Maryland.
Oh yeah, we have one actually. Savers I'm aware of is like closer to Glen Burnie, which is like 35, 45 minutes.
That's where I grew up.
And the thing about it is our only outlet is in Baltimore and Glen Burnie. So
yep,
out there in order to go to a outlet.
My friend that we drove up to Maryland for their wedding last October, we might go up and visit them next year. So I'll have to let you know when I go. I don't think we're road tripping at this time, though. I think we're going to fly.
You gotta do
at
that
least you
DIY.
can bring the I-8 back and plane. That's perfectly fine with me.
I know, but that was a long drive. We drove that there. We drove through the middle of the night. It took 15 and a half hours. It was a long drive.
In the I-8?
I've done that drive before.
Yeah, I drove the I-8 October last year to Maryland overnight through the middle of the night. We left at 9, and we got there right around lunchtime the next day.
Man, you think that thing is a time machine.
Well, it did 40 miles to the gallon all the way up. So,
oh, that's not bad at all.
We had to do Baltimore. Oh, sorry.
Huh? What's that?
I would say my band was on tour over the winter. We had to do Baltimore to South Carolina and then South Carolina to Orlando within, I think, like 36 hours. Like, we had to drive to South Carolina, play a show, and then leave right after the show and drive to Orlando for a show the next day. And it was like,
wow.
It was pretty intense. So that was fun, though.
No, Angela, I'm not buying the red I-8. No way. It's way too much money. Yeah, the hurricane evacuation was a terrible drive. It took 17 and a half hours to get to Tupelo, Mississippi, which is only an 11-hour drive normally. It took us 9.5 to get to the Georgia border, and then it took like 5.5 to get through Georgia. So that was no fun. We had the SUV and all 3 dogs, and they had to pee every 3 hours, so that was even worse. Tell them to take a breath, take a pause for the cause.
No,
where does Malachi source at? Malachi, do you drive to Baltimore for the Benz, or do you not go there?
No, I actually go to local places such as like local thrift stores. I have a Goodwill around the corner. Where else do I go? It's just like a good 15, 25 minutes. I wouldn't say 30, 15, 25 minutes away from me. Then I can go on the side of DC, and there's a couple outlets in there as well. Oh, not outlets, but actual like retail stores.
Retail.
So those
and
are
is their pricing okay?
Clothing, no. Like clothing is like say like $8-9 for clothing, and maybe some of their items. But I don't like going into Virginia's because they don't have a lot of like items. They have like their toy section is kind of scattered. But if you go like northern, you'll find like better, cheaper clothing for one, and you'll also find better, such as like games, toys, and also books. Books do very well as well because I put most of the books on Amazon. I have like maybe I don't know, 100 books on Amazon right now. So
nice.
I'll wait for those to sell out.
So you're getting ready to do some more book sourcing for fourth quarter, or?
I want to make it because there's a certain time limit that you have in order to sell. If you don't make their limit, they'd cut you off for that whole fourth quarter, and nobody likes being cut off for fourth quarter. Right.
Are you above the standard or above the limits to be able to send it in?
I'm not quite sure, but I can check on that and get back to you though.
They should send you an email telling you like you're approved, or I don't know, somebody in the chat may know. I know my accounts, they don't even send it to me. I'm approved for it. But I think you have to like have previously sold certain amount of items or whatever it is. Alex, you ever think of selling? I don't even know if there are like collectible instruments or guitars or anything on Amazon. Is there?
Yeah, you can sell on Amazon, but I've sold a couple guitar pedals on Amazon, but I've never sold any actual instruments.
Oh, accessories, yeah.
Yeah, because you got to be approved. You got to be approved in it. A lot of stuff.
The fees are crazy. Like 18% fees is not terrible when you're talking video games you bought for $1. But if I buy a Fender Tele for $250 at a pawn shop, and I'm only going to sell it for $400, and then I have to take the risk of somebody's going to return it because it's Amazon.
After you paid a $70 fee, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't even think that there's a big market for it. The people that buy instruments on Amazon just want to buy it brand new and then move on with their lives. And
I think you've got the best. Your Reverb is probably the best market. That's true.
3.5%. That's the fee.
I think that give Amazon another year. Don't worry, you'll be able to sell whatever you want.
I don't know. This is my guess. I think somebody else is going to come be a middle ground between eBay and Amazon. Amazon's going to do their own thing, and somebody else is going to take the space of like Amazon Marketplace a couple of years ago when it was like you could sell just about anything.
Right.
And I think Amazon's just going to be their own thing. They're going to be FBA. They're going to be private label. eBay is going to be the more, I guess, this is a terrible word for it, but like rural, just kind of, I don't even know how to describe it. But and then there's going to be some new market that's like for premium video games and used electronics and that kind of thing. And
I hope so, because I love the electronics market. Somebody asked how long each of you have been selling. Malachi?
I've been selling since actually last year. Was it September, November? I think it was like September, maybe somewhere around the end of the month, September.
So I started selling on. Exactly.
This is my year. So I'm definitely looking to do double the sales. I started on eBay. I was very like things around the house, like computers that my mom had. I was selling a little bit of clothes here and there. We had a couple things that had UPCs and a couple things that were new. And then I ended up moving over to Mercari because I seen that Mercari was making a sum of money. Well, since I'm getting new stuff and I'm learning how to source, and then that's when I actually started watching, and I actually started seeing how he started to go out and like source stuff. So I was like, okay, well let me make the magic jump now that I'm making money off of the printers that were around the house. And I started bringing in more products, and I started putting them on Amazon. Anything that didn't sell on Amazon, it went directly to eBay. And if it didn't sell on eBay, it goes to Mercari. And then anything from sits at the house, or it's going to start being, I'm actually going to start liquidating some of this stuff around here.
You're really getting out. You're really like diversifying, which is cool, because I like to focus on stuff. We had a couple things in the chat. Wes Mitchell, Alex was asking your Reverb shop name.
Yeah. Oh, I'll give it out. I don't mind. It's called a Flash Flood of Gear, which is kind of stupid, but
you should type that in the chat so he can see.
Yeah, check it out. Again, we're not super high volume, but we sell products that I really enjoy personally.
Yeah, that you have to like stuff. November's 1 year for Angela, so she's right at the same amount of time, just about, as Malachi. Somebody said, hold on. How's your profits on your book selling on Amazon?
I was wondering that too.
The profits on the books, I think the most I've made on the books was maybe like a $25 book, and it was a thick book. It was what is it? I'm looking at it. It's at the time's highest levels. This is actually a recent sale. It was actually what I bought it for, maybe like $1 or something like that. I bought it from a yard sale, and she was selling them super cheap. She was trying to get a bunch of books, and she didn't know what to do with them, and she was gonna donate them if she didn't have the yard sale. So I bought it for $1, and it sold for $22, I think. And then the shipping was like $3.99 or something like that. So it's somewhere around like $25, $26.
So most of your profits, what do you think? An average of like 5 to 10?
Something like that, somewhere around those numbers. Something really low.
That's pretty.
I have a recommendation for books.
Books are just low cost because they're $1 and less. You know?
Because
Go
anytime you
join
get
a
like,
buy-sell group for whatever university is close to you, and then buy everybody's textbooks for like next to nothing, and then go sell them on Amazon.
Right? Yeah, buy them after the school year ends, and then sell them 3 months later.
So yeah, December 6th is like when most semesters start ending, and then I want to say like the last week of April to the first week of May. Those are the times to get in there because that's when people are going to get rid of their books for $5 that they paid $120 for at the beginning of the year.
in the schools, because before I started reselling, I was actually thinking about going to school. And all of a sudden, when I started learning about reselling, and I actually went to an event, it was an internet mastery event, and I went there, and that was really what sparked me off when I went to the reselling, not the reselling event, but it was more of private labeling and teaching about Amazon. I want to go to school at the time, but I really needed the money to go to school, but I had all grants and stuff like that and loans that I didn't even use. I literally have like the emails every single time school starts. So whenever school starts, they're sending me an email like, "Hey, renew your membership," or "Are you joining school this year?" Or "Join the school for spring or fall." I'm like,
use that to your advantage, so then you know what's starting.
I kind of like the whole entrepreneurship thing. Like I've also started with network marketing as well.
I hate how much time I go to college. If you didn't know that, but I spend so much time on school, and it's like, man, if I put every hour that I put into all my classes, we'd have some good numbers right now.
Yep. That's why I dropped out of business school. I went to Malachi. Know this one. I went to UMBC for 2 years, which is, those of you that don't know, University of Maryland, Baltimore. And I left business school after 2 years. I got an AA, just an associate's. Did not go back for MBA or master's, but I just didn't want to sit in the classroom for 4 or 6 or even 8 years. So
don't tempt me.
That was my hope. That was my prerogative about it. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't knock school at all. School is knowledge, but at the same time, I feel as though, in my perspective, that you how to work for somebody else in college. So I felt as though that why not put that same emphasis in towards my own business, and I'm also going to reap what I sow inside of my business. So I don't look for somebody else at 6 o'clock, an alarm to wake me up at 6 o'clock in the morning, get away from home for 10 hours a day, and then come home, and then I'm sitting home and I'm not going to work on myself. So I feel as though that I should put that same emphasis. I should wake up 6 o'clock in the morning, start working, do what I need to do, if it needs to go to the post office, ship stuff off. I feel as though that whole entrepreneurship, because you're more built on your own brand. However you do is how your business will be.
I love hearing this from somebody that's quite a bit younger than me.
If it wasn't for the fact I have everyone's gonna make fun of me now because all the other people that struggle, but I have school like prepaid. So if I didn't go to school, it would be a total waste of like this whole prepaid college plan. I'm not saying I wouldn't go, but like in spirit, man, I am totally for, I guess, not going to college. If you really have the drive to do it like you do, like that's the way to go, and you're gonna really enjoy those few years more than just sitting in a classroom. And you'll, in my opinion, you'll learn more. And any opportunity to travel in those few years,
100%. I have learned way more out here than I ever learned in those 2 years, even in college. So I don't ever discourage someone from going to school, especially if you want to be a lawyer or a doctor or surgeon or an accountant, and you have to have that degree. But
we need those accountants.
But if you want to be your own boss, you got to get out and just do it. But be motivated. Like, you got to be motivated and do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sounds like Malachi has some wisdom to drop on Amazon. He's going to get an education for fourth quarter because last year when he started, he was brand new, but now he's got a year's worth of experience. So we're going to see what he can do with it during fourth quarter. We're going to see. So,
do you have a YouTube channel, Malachi?
I'm gonna make sure I do it. Come again?
I don't know if you heard me. Do you have a YouTube channel?
I don't think he has. You don't have a YouTube channel, do you?
Everyone tells me I should have one, but I don't want to say it with emphasis, but I really should do it.
Get a light kit and go to town. Alex does have some videos up if you guys haven't seen them. After the show goes off, I'll link his down below.
I post like once a month, and every single video I'm like, I'm gonna post again this week, and then I don't. So
you just got to set aside a time, pick a day, pick a time, start with 1 day a week, and then you can build from that. Because I used to a long time ago do once a week. It was like I used to moan and groan about one video a week, and now I look back at it like, man, I was lazy. Like
you do it every day, and I don't even know how you get the time for that because I was so busy with everything. It's like, yeah, I'm totally gonna do one this week. Oh wait, I have all these projects. And
well, most people notice that all of my videos are at night. The live shows and even the recordeds go up at like 8, 9, 10 o'clock. So my day is 8 o'clock to like 6 o'clock. So it's like those 10 hours are my work and my reselling and this. And then around 6 o'clock, we can eat and like relax and watch TV for, an hour or two. And then I can sit and make the videos or come live or whatever it is. You got to really just kind of make a schedule. I know it sounds cliche and stupid, but
no, I completely agree. How
long does it take you to make a video?
What's that?
Like, produce the video.
Yeah, like a recorded video can be anywhere from like 30 to 45 minutes for recording because I record stuff and then I delete it or it just gets screwed up. And then once I have the clips and then I drop them in the editor, a lot of people spend a ton of time on editing. If I was going to make a vlog or an adventure video or an out in town video, like you want to put some editing into that. But when you're making informational videos, it's more of just talking. So it doesn't require like Casey Neistat level editing. Like if I had a second channel, then absolutely I would spend those 2-3 hours editing over like, I can get a video recorded and edited in an hour, like top. So if I start it, we eat dinner 6 o'clock, 6:30. By 8 o'clock, I can usually get it up for you guys, maybe 8:30 or 9. So that it doesn't take a whole lot of work. It's just being disciplined. And I can tell you the one thing that pushes me now is you guys kind of expect like almost like the sun rising that I'm going to be on here. Once you get to that point, you're like, crap, I can't not do this because how many people are going to be mad? So.
Yeah. It's 9 o'clock every Thursday.
Yep. We're almost at a year that I've been doing the Thursday show, which is crazy.
So that's a lot of discipline to actually be able to follow through like every single week for a year. I'm thoroughly impressed.
Yeah, so I can tell you when I watched Casey Neistat's vlogs and he did 620 straight days. I don't even, at the time that he was doing it, I was like, no way. There's no way. Like, no way. And then I went back and I like checked his videos. I think there was like one time he double uploaded and he told everyone ahead of time that he had no way to record a video the next day. It's the only time he did it. Couldn't believe it. So for those of you inspiring YouTube next celebrities, don't forget me when you get famous and you got like 1 million subs.
Dude, YouTube, we can't talk about it, but like the cash incentive is more than you would think.
And it actually kind of is a myth that you can share what you make. I don't share exactly, but I've showed people you can go on socialblade.com and kind of get a good idea. Most YouTubers are right in the middle. It gives you a range of income. Most of the YouTubers in the middle, like it'll say so-and-so makes between 100 a month and 400 a month. So it's a pretty good guess that they make 250 or 300 a month. And then if you go and look at like, the bigger YouTubers, obviously, like a Casey Neistat makes 200,000-300,000 a month. A Rice Gum has screenshotted that he makes 80,000 a month. Roman Atwood just on his ad revenue is probably in the mid 150 a month. And then these guys have sponsorship deals and merchandise and, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of money. A smaller channel like mine, you can expect on your ad revenue to make 1,000, maybe 1,500, maybe 2 if you push it. And then, if you want to sell merchandise or do affiliate links or all that stuff, you can make a little more. You definitely can't, I make more reselling, but it is a nice little extra paycheck. So.
Yeah, I link my clothing brand in the description of the videos, and I sell a few a week just from that. And I mean, those are $22 each. So that helps more than the actual ad revenue. But
Right. And there's a lot of things you can do. You can build that through social media, and you can link those products outside of YouTube into like an Instagram account or a Facebook and sell more products. So that's what you see a lot of us doing, the t-shirts or all that stuff. It's not a lot of money. You know, we might make $4 or $5 profit on a shirt because we charge $20 and it costs, you know, $10 to get it made. And then it costs $2 or $3 to ship it. And then 50 cents in the PayPal fee, etc. So, but you just have to, the biggest thing, and this is why I like what Malachi does, and you have it as well. Hopefully I can get your eBay back. Multiple streams of income.
Yes. That's the way to do it. You can't, because like, I think even with the thing going on with eBay is the perfect example. Like anything can go away in just like the blink of an eye, just like what happened to me. And so the fact that I had some stuff, we had YouTube going, we have Reverb going, we have, you know, all this other stuff. I sell stuff locally. I have Hindrance, the clothing company I run. So when eBay dropped off, it was a rough day. It's been a rough week trying to figure it out. But like my income hasn't suffered that much. I'm doing fine. I'm not really nervous or anything.
And that's why you can't put all the eggs in one basket, because somebody asked me if I got my eBay suspended, which is not going to happen, guys. Don't hold your breath for that. I'm very, very careful on eBay. But if it happened, what would I do? Well, I would just crank up Amazon and vice versa. If I lost the 1,000 or 1,500 from Amazon, I would just have to work harder on eBay to make up for it. And, you know, I have this YouTube. I have that. I would have to, you know, make more videos. Maybe I'd have to create a second YouTube channel showing like cool, fun stuff that we do just to make a few $100, or maybe I would actually get to play video games and make a video gaming channel. I don't suggest making a video game channel for income though, because I do have a very good friend that gets a boatload of views and their CPM is so low that he could get the same amount of views as me and I make $100 and he makes like 40 cents. So his CPM is so low, it's ridiculous. And but video gaming YouTube channels are saturated. So yeah, there's other things I could do. Just make sure you diversify your income. That's really the most important thing. So Angela, thank you so much. Angela, I'm going to text you before you go to bed. We'll get together this weekend or something. But thanks. I'll see you soon. Danielle, Tino, the Soul Advisor, is your shoe guy on YouTube, knows everything about shoes. He's got a book together with Steve Rakin. It's all Tino's information mostly, though. So you could check that out. So Amazon merch, another one. Yeah, Alex just in the chat said it's something you can sign up for. I do have a merch account, but we had problems with the China people knocking off our shirts. So,
yeah, I didn't want that. I was just no way.
Right. Teespring is one that I've recommended, and I'm going to be checking into that soon. So
my shirts are too complicated to make with that. I don't just stick a random logo on a shirt. Like I do a lot more than that. So I couldn't do like a fulfillment like that. I have to order 200 to 500 at a time to get them the way I want.
Oh yeah, to get the quantity. Well, that's kind of what's good about merch. You don't get as big of a discount for bulk, but you could just throw it up there and you don't have to worry about it. Like it's kind of set it and forget it.
Exactly, but the thing that sells my shirts isn't the design; it's the garment. So I can't get the garments I want on there, and I had to do custom tag printing and hem tags and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, so that might. I mean, I know Teespring has a little bit more in depth than merch.
They have everything but pad printing, which is where like they print the screen printed tags that like the pro brands will have. They can't do that, and that's really the only reason I haven't done a edition shirt with Teespring, because I've been really thinking about it. But
yeah, that might be an option. Yeah, so the diversifying and going on different websites is amazing. Again, Shopify. Malachi mentioned Shopify earlier. A place to throw up your merchandise, anything that you can create. What's that?
I said, yeah, that's the new stream. I've actually been connecting out with a couple of buyers, drop shippers from there. I think that's in my opinion, I think that's what mainly Shopify is for, is just drop shipping.
Yeah.
The money.
I don't do drop shipping. It's too.
No, I don't. I like ordering the products as well, which is probably why I haven't done.
Yeah, not on eBay. Not on eBay. Like if you drop ship on eBay, like you're like that's skating on ice. It's really skating on ice.
Yeah, will Shopify beat you up if you have something happen to an order?
They actually have a drop shipping, like where you can set it up. For instance, it's called Umbrella, where they actually have where a site kind of like AliExpress. And you just click the item, and then you put it on your site and sell it like that. So they kind of allow it. The person that doesn't allow it is PayPal, because they want you to physically have the item. If you don't, they hold your funds, and then
Right. So
I understand that.
So,
from
yeah,
both
so
perspectives.
that's the thing. A lot of people talk about Shopify, and it is a way to diversify if you learn it and you can do that route. That it's just one more income stream. Even if you could just sell one item a day and make say $10 on it, that's $300 a month extra that you can make just from having one item a day sell. And some people were mentioning Facebook and Facebook store and groups. I buy a lot of stuff out of Facebook groups. I do a lot of purchasing through the yard sale groups. You guys saw that Nike haul I got the other day. I've bought so many video games and video game systems and iPods off Facebook groups. It's crazy.
That's how I get a lot of my music gear. Like, it's kind of this inside joke that in like the punk and hardcore music scenes in Orlando, that I like run the music exchange there. Like, if somebody puts something up for sale under market value, I'm at their house. The deal is done, but before anyone else even sees it.
That's fun.
I just like on it.
Fast. So I set up the notifications on Facebook for
same here.
Yep.
Notification anytime anyone posts in any of my music buy sell groups, I'm on it.
Hey Casey, have you ever thought about marketing?
About what?
About marketing your Facebook, I mean not your Facebook, your eBay page through Facebook, and then using like Google Analytics?
I use the Facebook group to set my store. My store's there for everyone to visit if they want. I don't know. I need to kind of. You're right about tracking it to know how many sales it ends up resulting in.
Advertising.
On Facebook advertisements, yes, we're going to run. We actually have that set for October 1st. Instagram ads and Facebook ads. We're going to start with $10 a day to promote. I'm running 2 ads, one for the eBay store and one for this channel, and I'm going to see which one performs better and see if it does any good. Because remember, $10 a day is only $300 a month. So if you're on an eBay store, you only need to sell 1 item a day because of those ads, essentially. And for some people, if they have bigger margins, maybe 1 item every 3 days. So the YouTube channel is a little bit harder to run ads on because I can advertise the YouTube channel like, hey, come subscribe to my channel or come watch it. The only way I really have a trackable analytic for that is to see how many more subscribers I gained over my normal number on a day and how many more views I got on those days. Which if it resulted in a lot more views and subscribers, then obviously I could continue to run the ad. And $300 a month for that ad, essentially I make like $7 per 1,000. So I would have to get over the course of a month, an additional 4,000 or 40,000 views over a month, I think, to make 300.
Yeah. Yep.
So 300, I make $7 per 1,000, give or take. So 300 divided by 7 is 40. Yeah, I'd have to have 42,000 views because of that ad. So that would be an extra 15,000 views a day.
So commission is only based upon viewers?
Yeah, your subscribers don't pay you.
Okay. I was thinking maybe it was likes you have to have.
No, likes just allow your video to get more interaction, likes and comments, which allows them to go up in the search rankings, which will hopefully turn into more views, but it's not a guarantee. The likes, which thank you guys for all the likes, everyone who has. If you haven't, please like the video. It helps push our videos up. It tries to get it more views. It's not a guarantee.
Put something recommended too. That's where I get all my stuff. If they click on like your video, one of mine sometimes will come up for it for some reason. Well, I mean, I get why, but like.
Right.
It's all about getting related to a popular video.
Right. Yeah. So if you can get recommended or on the little right-hand side there of good videos and high count videos, and you get that by getting more interaction. The more interaction a YouTube video gets, not only is the higher search ranking, the more likely you are to be recommended, and the higher they'll push the CPM on that video. So more likes, more comments, and also higher watch time. The longer people watch it, your average view time goes up, and the higher your average view time is, the more money you can get. So it's not just somebody can get 1 million views, and then I could get 1 million views, and I might make $1,000, and they might make $100, and somebody else might make $10,000, because if my interaction is better than theirs, my CPM will be higher. So
higher. Okay.
Matt, I think there's a flip side of that too, and that's why you see the channels that are big get bigger, obviously, but then you see the people that never get more than 100 views a video never take off, because if you're not getting in those high search rankings and if you're not getting recommended to other videos, you're just not going to get seen. Right. And I used to want to do YouTube like as somebody who actually put production quality into their videos, having nothing to do with e-commerce. I never got anywhere. I put up a no production quality video and I have 110,000 views on it. And it's like,
wow.
It's just because it was a recommended thing. It's a stupid video too. But.
Yeah, and it happens. Yeah, some videos get luck and just go viral, or they were just a great productive video. But it's all about those three things. Like getting subscribers is great, and it means that whenever you put a video out, those subscribers are notified, so there's a good chance they'll come watch it. But remember, guys, if you look at my Social Blade, I get 10,000 views a day, 11,000, and I've got almost 50,000 subscribers. So I'm not even getting 25% viewership from subscribers. And out of my 12,000 views a day or 11,000, whatever it is, only 50% of that is actually subscribers. So really, only 6,000 out of 46,000 come and watch me on a daily basis.
Casey, I remember you was at like 18, 19 before you was about to break 20,000.
Some people.
Oh, yeah, I remember that too. I think you were live. We're talking about that, like right at the cusp.
This was early. That was earlier this year. I remember he was talking about it. He was like,
I have on my about screen, which I'll open it up right now. I have the count when I hit 5,000, 10,000, and 25. Let me see what the month. I don't remember the dates, but I can tell you it's saved. Yeah, if you go to my channel.
Okay, so
you hit 100,000 to get a play button.
You have it open? Hold on, I'm trying to pull it up right now.
Yeah, on February 25th, 2017, you hit 25,000 subs.
Yep. So it was October. It was this time last year I had 10,000. So in 12 months, a little less than 12 months, I've gone up 36,000. And then since February, which was March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So almost 8 months I've doubled from 25 to 50.
It's legendary free content. Of course. Who wouldn't want to watch it?
Yeah, and that's why I'll never.
I watch it every day.
Yeah, I've had the YouTube channel for 2 years, almost 3, but I've only put out consistent videos for 18 months. It was before summer of last year, like right at the beginning of last year, so about a year and a half. So,
you used to be very late coming onto your live videos on Thursday.
I was always late because I had that don't care attitude in it. And it wasn't, I don't care about the viewers. It was, oh, this YouTube thing isn't serious. It's not that big of a deal. Like, and then I realized, like, people.
That's what I thought. So I got my first check for YouTube.
It was 9 o'clock. You said, I'm going to be on at 9. No, it was 8:30. And you said, I'm going to be on at 9. I'm like, all right, so Casey's going to be on at 9. I'm like, all right, so it's 9:02. Casey's not on. All right, so I go out to the store and I come back. Casey's not on. Okay, well, let me go make another run to the store.
I literally didn't.
There's Casey.
I didn't take it seriously. Like I will be the first to admit, in the first 6 months, I did not think YouTube. And Alex is right. You get a payment at $100. It's like $103. I was like, all right, well maybe I could do a little something with this. It took about 6 months. Yeah, and then you guys put pressure on me where everybody's like, oh, 9 o'clock, he's late. I know most people were joking. And I'm like, man, these people are really serious. Like they're learning and they're getting something out of this. And I need to I've offered this. I need to be here to do it. And so that's when I started getting on a roll. So
I got a lot of the Tommy Bahamas and Banana Republics that's at the house was only because of Casey Paris. There's no other person Tommy Bahamas other than you.
When I started reselling, there was only the Bonafide Hustler, and he did bikes, and I never sold bikes. So I was like, man, what am I going to sell? And so I had to kind of figure it out on my own. I didn't have a Rockstarflipper or any of that other stuff back then. This is 6 years. I've been on eBay for 6-7 years. I have 2 accounts, both of them almost over 4,000 feedbacks. So my one is personal, which I used to sell for the first couple of years, and then now I have the business one. And yeah.
I remember when Steve came on here last year when I first, when I was nearly to my beginnings. Not last year. Was it last year? Yeah, it was last year. Was it November? Somewhere near December. I think it was near December. Steve came on. And then you had Lindy on that next week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. I made print. They all messaged me at the same time, and they were all so nice. So it's been a crazy ride. I look back at my videos sometimes, and it's awesome. So wow, we've been on. Thank you. Somebody just reminded me. I just saw my text that we've been on 90 minutes, the longest live show I've done in a while. When it's fun and time goes by this fast, it's awesome to do long live shows. So I will link Alex's YouTube down below, and you guys did ask. He typed it in the chat. I'll get him to text me or message me the link to his Reverb store. So somebody says I was 2 minutes late and had a vanishing act with my lighting. Touche. That's true. So I gotta help Kate with the dogs. They're gonna be here anytime now. So I want to thank both Alex and Malachi, not just for being here, but for being co-host while I was MIA, which is
definitely more than happy.
Definitely.
We're gonna have them back. We're gonna have everybody back now that everyone knows how to work it, how to go. Alex, get your camera fixed. We'll work on that.
I'll fix my camera this week. That's my assignment.
Yeah, we'll fix it. I got to talk to him anyways about eBay. So I'm gonna let everyone else get back to whatever you were working on, and I'm gonna finish up some work. And thank you, gentlemen. I'll have you both back, and I'll message you tomorrow, Alex, about that.
All right, sick. We'll talk tomorrow. Thanks
All right, say goodbye to the guys. Good night to everyone in the chat, and please leave comments below if you had any questions or anything. And next week, we'll have some more people on. We'll do Thursdays maybe with guests, and maybe I'll do another night with just myself. So thank you, everyone. We'll see you next time. Have a wonderful night.
See you guys.
Smash the like button.